What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Third Wave Trades. We are live. Who's on with me? Somebody on with me? Pretty bad pullback today, huh? All right. Well, this is what I think is happening right now after that pretty pretty deep retracement. I think it's basically the fourth wave was not complete over here. We were kind of looking at it as a triangle, but it looks like it probably played out as a larger flat correction. All right, so we have our three wave here. We have a complex move for the B wave, which is probably a WXY. And then we got this C wave over here. So it makes sense for this to be the bottom of the fourth wave. And I'll just zoom out to give you guys a larger picture. So let's. All right, so this is kind of like the larger picture after we dropped down to 238, 239. We dropped down to 238, 239, and basically we're looking for a five wave move up, right? So looks like we did our first wave, our second wave, this was our third, and then we were basically waiting for this fourth wave to finish. So we could start this fifth wave up. The fourth wave usually is a longer sideways move, so it makes sense that this would be the fourth wave move. And this is the count that I am still sticking with. It hasn't like invalidated my count at all. This pullback. If it were to go lower than where we did, 272 right now on this pullback, that would be slightly concerning for the bigger picture. But as of right now, this is perfectly fine for us to still get this fifth wave move to the upside. So that's what we're kind of looking at in terms of this overall picture. If we zoom in over here now and take a look at the bounce that we got today, this bounce right here. So this could be playing out in a couple of different ways. Either like this could be a leading diagonal playing out like this, right? So one, two, three, four in the territory of the first, and then a fifth wave up, and then we'll get an ABC pullback for our second wave of our fifth, and then a stronger push higher up to that 300 level. The other possibility, a more bullish possibility, would be that this is a 1-2-1-2 playing out. I don't think that that's likely, but still a possibility. And a bearish scenario would be that this move up was an ABC right here, and we still have one more wave to come down for this fourth wave. Really don't want to see that because then that would make it a five wave count right here, a larger five wave count, and then you always have the possibility of uh, getting a stronger pullback, right? So then if this is an A, B, C, and then we get another move to the downside here, then we would look for three waves up and then um, another move to the downside. So Really don't wanna see that if you're a bull, if you're long. But, I don't think there's any reason to go with that scenario right now as long as we stay above, as long as we stay above this level for right now, 275, I think we're good, and, ultimately, we just have to stay above this level at 272. So, we got about an hour and 40 minutes left in the trading day. Let's see if the worst is behind us, if the bottom is in, and we could push higher. But even if we get this pushed up, still expect an ABC back after that, and, this would be a good place to go long. Right, I wouldn't go long just yet. I would wait to see how this plays out, and then if you could get this ABC pullback, this would probably be a good like, for a day trade or a scalp, that would be a good move. In terms of, like, swing trading this now, like, it's really high, so I don't know if it's the best swing now to get into because, your risk to reward, ratio is, like, gone down significantly, right? Because if we see this move going to, like, 300, 313, but the downside is just so much more, right? Like, where our support would be from here. So I don't really like this as getting in as a swing trade necessarily in terms of risk to reward ratio, even though I do think that it's going higher. Uh, just my 2 cents. But in terms of scalping it and day trading it, if you could time your entries and your exits properly, then I think it's still pretty worthwhile. How are you guys holding up? Sorry I couldn't be on earlier today. I wanted to. I just got really, really busy this morning. Couldn't even like log on to the stream just so you guys could have a place to talk. So I apologize for that. But hopefully, like I said, the bottom is in and the worst is behind us. You guys are still holding strong. If you guys are in plays right now. So this is kind of like the overall trajectory that we're looking at, right? So this is the bigger picture, right? First wave, second wave. We're starting to come to like the end of our third wave, right? Whether we get to 313, 340, this channel is definitely um, giving us a little bit of trouble right now. So it's starting to get a little bit more dangerous because you guys can see over here, um, if we can't break out of this channel, right, we're looking at kind of like a double top formation over here, and that could be pretty bad. And then you have like all this room to fall, right, within this channel. So that's what I mean. Like in terms of a swing trade, I don't know if it's necessarily the best time to get in because we ran all this much, right? Technically, we're still above our 30-week moving average and our 21-day EMA, so that's good. But um, like one way it could play it is that if it comes back down to our 21 EMA, which is where is our 21 EMA right now? Let's go to the daily. So this is our 21 EMA, this blue line right here. If you wanted to get into a swing, like see, like we have all this room to fall now to our 21 EMA. That I don't know if now is necessarily the best time to get in, but if it comes and drops and you see a bounce off the 21 EMA, that would be a buying opportunity, I think, to go long again. But as of right now, your risk to reward is not great, in my opinion, for a swing. Let's see how this plays out now. Let's go to a 5 minute. Volume is pretty low right now. I'm not really liking this right here. I mean, see, you guys can kind of see what there's a possibility that this kind of becomes like a head and shoulders if we fall from here. But it also wasn't just Tesla, right? So like it was just the overall market in general. Like SPY pulled back. Right now, we got a decent bounce on SPY and SPX, right? So we're holding above 4,400 on the SPX, which is good. But this drop, it was just the whole market in general. So not just Tesla, a lot of tech stocks as well. So AMD, Nvidia, Triple Q pulled back, but they're all bouncing now. So like I said, hopefully the bottom is in and we can push higher. So this right here could basically be our leading diagonal, basically forming, right? Leading diagonal when you get the fourth wave that comes into the territory of the first, right? Because usually you shouldn't have that. Usually you're looking at a one, two, three, four, five, and one of the rules is that the fourth wave can't come into the territory of the first, and the only exception for that is a leading diagonal. So, but a leading diagonal happens as the first wave. So basically, this being the first wave of a fifth wave move, it's really possible that that's exactly what we're seeing here. Right? And then that would basically form our larger first. Then we would look for a second pullback, third, fourth, and fifth. Right? That would be one larger degree. So we can go to micro on that. Let's go to different color. So we're looking for this to form our first wave up, second wave down, and then get this third wave, fourth, and then our fifth of our fifth. So that's how I'm looking at it right now, guys. How are you guys doing out there? What are you guys looking at? What do you guys see? Also, guys, this fourth wave, like, is actually the perfect level, which is why I do think that this move is done over here now. Over here it wasn't as clear. We were trying to make it a triangle. It didn't look like the ideal triangle, but we started to run higher. I think as it is now, it's a perfect level, right? So because you guys see this first wave, second wave, this third wave, right? So if we measure that, wait, I did that wrong. We measure this right here. That's like a perfect 38% retracement level right here, down to 272, and that's exactly what we hit. That's what you want to see for a fourth wave retracement. That's like Elliott wave textbook picture perfect retracement. So the fact that it bounced there is, gives me a little bit more confidence in the play that, this retracement move is done, and now it can push higher. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you for the live chat. Hope there's a bounce soon. Always a lot of drama. Hey Alberto, how's it going? Yeah, I mean, it's not making it easy on us for sure. But again, if we just zoom out and take a look at the larger picture, we're still in this uptrend, right? So we know, sometimes it's easier said than done. I know, especially when you're holding positions, it's hard, right? But we just zoom out, we can just take a look at the overall picture. As of right now, we're definitely still bullish. Higher lows, higher highs, you know. So all you really need to see. And then if you look at the larger picture over here, um, for the daily, we can see we're still above our EMAs. You know, um, so there's a lot of RSI is not too high. One thing that is slightly concerning, but again, it doesn't have to be because we could always eliminate it, is this divergence right here. So let me just get rid of this now, and right here, you guys can see that we have this divergence on the RSI, right? We're making change the color. All right. So see this red line over here from this high, this peak, we're going higher. We're making higher highs on price action, but lower highs on the RSI. So that's bearish divergence. That can signal a pullback. But again, we could always just eliminate that and go higher. We're not too overly bought at the point that we can't go higher right now. Just eliminate this divergence. But if that trend were to continue and we would just keep going lower like this, and price action keeps stair stepping higher, that would be your signal that it might be time to get out. Hey, Sunny Ann, how's it going? Yeah, yeah, the RSI divergence is there for right now. But another thing, guys. So RSI divergence, right, is actually a key in Elliott wave when you're talking about the third and the fifth waves rather, right? So you actually expect that to happen in a third and a fifth wave. So let's say you have your first wave, your second, you have your third, your fourth, and your fifth, right? On the RSI, what you're gonna see is you're gonna see your the RSI come up, go down for the second, go really high for the third, go down for the fourth, but the fifth wave on the RSI, right, it's gonna diverge. It's definitely gonna diverge, but you're still gonna make a higher high on the price action for the fifth wave, right? So I'm expecting this divergence to occur, but I kind of just don't want it to occur too early before we get that price action that we want to see around the 313 area. But I'm definitely expecting a divergence to play out because it's not going to overtake this one, which is our third wave move over here, right? First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Right here, you can see the RSI. Here's our first, second, third, fourth, and our fifth is going to cause a divergence. Excellent perspective. Thank you, Albert. Tesla should bounce since earning on 719. Yeah, I do think so. I Again, my price target for Tesla right now is that we could definitely get to the 300 to 315 level. Um, Again, just a minor correction right now, as we go higher, but it's definitely coming towards the um, end of its move right now, right? Which is not to say that Tesla is done because I don't think so. I think that right, just going back to the larger picture, um, this particular move in Tesla will finish up soon, but it's gonna go higher in my opinion, right? So anybody who's a long-term investor, shareholder, I don't think this is, necessarily worrisome for you. If anything, if it pulls back, it'll just give you another opportunity to add to your position, right? But I'm just kind of like talking about for day traders and the swing traders right now, but overall, we have this first wave, this second wave, this third wave should complete around this area, and then we're gonna probably go in for like a month or 2 of like sideways, chop, right? And this is the daily time frame, guys. That would make our fourth wave, and then I think we go higher, back up to all-time highs, in my opinion, for a fifth wave. So I'm kinda just talking about this move right now before we get this sideways chop. But yeah, as a investor or, long-term shareholder, I don't think that this is the end of the move right now. It seems like overall market correction today based on new jobs report this morning. Yeah, that's a good point, Sunny Ann. I did see that that report definitely had, the reason in my opinion or the catalyst for why the market pulled back a little bit. But, again, I think it pulled back, but it's we're holding pretty strong where we are right now. We're kinda, like, getting back up to where we were, so I'm not too worried about it. Not yet, at least. I think on the market overall, right, so even on the triple Q, I see us pushing higher for another wave up. On the SPY, I think so as well. So all that correlates to what's happening in Tesla as well. This exact count is gonna kinda, like, just reveal itself. Kinda just have to wait for it to play out a little bit, but it's a little tricky right now for sure. So keep in mind in the leading diagonals, your waves can be either 3-wave moves or 5-wave moves, right? Which is not normal. Your subwave count, right? So your first wave could be made up of 3 waves, 3 waves, 3 waves, 3 waves, and then 3 waves, right? 1, 3, and 5 can be made up of either 3 or 5. So right now it looks like over here we might get a 3-wave move to the upside to finish this. That's how I'm seeing it right now, but it could be something different. Is Love Never Fails on? I got she mess she or he, I'm sorry, I don't know, your gender, sorry, so let me not assume, but, they messaged me and, asked me a couple of times when I'm coming on, so I feel really bad, guys, that I wasn't able to be on earlier, but you know how it goes. Work, wife, kids. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. You guys seeing this? Look at this push. See if we can get volume to come in. We're above our 5 and our 9 EMA, which is nice. Let's see if we could get a break above, this 277 now, 278. How about a quick review on NEO? Yeah, we could do that. I'm actually gonna put a video out. I forgot who it was who asked me for NEO yesterday. I think it was Donnie. Um, yeah, we could do a quick look at NEO. I'm liking this push up right now. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a green monster. Let's see how the volume kicks in first right here, because this is what I'm expecting, right? This 3-wave move up or a 5-wave move up. We'll take a look at NEO in a second. Yeah, the EVs are definitely, making a push right now. It's kinda like a rotation from, like, AI into EVs right now, and I think it's a great time to buy EVs, right? EV stocks, because a lot of them, except for, like, Tesla, um, are at pretty low prices. So we'll take a look at Neo. Let's see if we could get like follow up now. The volume to follow up on this candle with stronger price action as well. Another rule, guys, about leading diagonals is that a fifth wave has to get to the target. The minimum target has to be the top of the third wave. So I definitely see us hitting 278 today if this is in fact a leading diagonal playing out. And then most likely we will push higher and get to 280. But there's only an hour 20 left. If it doesn't do it today, then maybe pre-market after hours. But you guys see like how Tesla just moves so much like in the pre-market and after hours. Like we were pulling back, I think, because yesterday we closed at what 282, something like that, and then I think we opened today at what did we open at? We opened at 277. So there's a lot of action happening in pre-market and after hours. All right, let's see. Let's go take a look at Neo. Still got 3 minutes left on this candle. You guys, let me know if any more monsters come. All right, so with Neo, I'll give you guys like kind of like the overall big picture first before we like zoom into it. But this is the overall big picture, right? So this is why like long term, I'm pretty bullish on Neo, um, and I think it's a great price to get in. But let me not just say all that just yet because we want to see some confirmation before that happens. But this is what I think may play out, right? So right now I have this as a first wave move, right? This is going all the way back to 2019. We started to move up, clear five-wave impulsive move where we hit all-time highs of around $66. And then we had this long ABC play out, right? 2022, where everything fell back. Clear ABC to me, right? So basically, we're looking for a long-term uh, third wave move to play out. And if you just do a quick fib extension on that, at a minimum, we would expect a by the time it's all said and done, for Neo to get up to like $113 a share, right? Hey, what's up, Prime? Um, we would expect Neo to get to this 161.8% extension of wave one, right? But that's like long term, right? That's like maybe it could take a year, 2 years, who knows? But in the meantime, in the interim, you could definitely day trade this, scalp this, swing this on its moves up. So that's what I think is going to happen in the near future. But if we zoom in, right, really what I'm looking for is a break above the 30-week EMA, which we got, right? But we have to hold it now. So this whole time we were kind of let me hide some of my other. I just focus on the red line right here, right? So that red line is our 30-week simple moving average, and part of stage analysis, Stan Weinstein stage analysis, is that we consolidate under that right after a we have a drop like this, right? We start to consolidate under the 30-week moving average, and we're hovering around it. And once you get that break, which we got just this week, right? Um, that's a good sign, right? But we want to break it. We want to hold it. I want to see us break this blue dotted line that I have here, which is around 1060, which is this high. So this way we can basically note that we are ending this downtrend. And once this plays out, then I'll be confident enough to say that this is uh, we're in a stage two breakout. Stage two in the Stan Weinstein method is basically You have your stage 1, right, where you're forming a base kind of like sideways, and then you get your stage 2 when you break above your 30-week moving average, and that's when you go higher. And this is kind of what we're in Tesla right now. So that's what I'm looking for a break above this level and for us to hold that. And then once that plays out, I would basically be looking for a second wave pullback, right? So if this forms a this is now on the daily time frame. If we get a one, two, three, four, five, right, and that would be our first wave. I would look for an A, B, C pullback, and this would be my price. This would be where I would want to get in, right? I don't really care about this whole move right now. I I could live without it, right? I want to see where it goes up and then where it pulls back. And once it pulls back to this level, right, and I can confidently say it's a second wave move and that we took out all of these highs and we reversed the downtrend, then this would give me a great target to get into because then my stop loss is built in right here at around $7. So the lower the second wave could come and then I see a bullish reversal, I would love to get in over here with the stop loss here, so then I could ride this next third wave up, if that makes sense, you know? So there's still some things that I'm waiting to see on Neo play out before I would say like it's time to get in or trade it. But definitely, you guys could for sure trade this. I mean, it could push up to 15, $16 if this does play out as a first wave move. Um, but I don't really care for it right now personally. I would wait for this second wave to pull back just to increase my chances, reduce my risk a little bit, and get it in at a better price target. But definitely long term, I think Neo could be a very very solid play. Just have to wait and see. If I can break 440, we have the morning gap to 441.50. High probability should push other tickers too. Hoping we can test at 280 on Tesla. I agree with that. If SPY can definitely push to fill that gap, um, it's definitely going to bring the whole market with it. Triple Q as well, and then obviously all these tech stocks. So I think right now that's exactly what we're doing. Right. So this is kind of how I have it drawn up. Right. That we have a leading diagonal playing out here. This is one possibility. The other possibility is like a 1-2-1-2. Um, there's a couple of bearish possibilities also, but this is my primary count right now. So let's see if we can get this push over here. This could go up as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or it could go up just as a three wave move or a leading diagonal. So let's see if we get to 280. I mean, yesterday we got it up to 283, right, in the power hour. So I think we could get back up to 280. Like today, by the way, guys, is it a little clearer? Is it? Can you guys hear me all right? Or is it still blurry? We're holding above our 9 and our 5 EMA, so that's good. Volume came in. Well, volume's coming in right now. Let's see. Let's see if we get this push. That's the level that I think that we're definitely going to hit right now, right? Which is the previous third wave high, and then good chance that we push higher than that. I like to see that volume coming in, so it's looking good. Looks looking decent. RSI, you guys can see we're above 50 on the RSI, so I like that. It's okay, but still blurry. Let me move. What about if I speak like this? Is this okay? Is this better? Let me know if this is better. Now I'm speaking directly into the microphone, but we're definitely pushing now, guys. Volume is definitely coming in. That was a nice candle right there. Above our EMAs. Let's see if we get that separation again between the 5 and the 9. Wanna see some confirmation, like a second candle with good price action, good volume. See how we look on a 15-minute. Okay. So on the 15-minute, we're also above our 5 and our 9 EMA, so I like that. 9 minutes left in this candle, so let's see if we can push on the 15-minute as well. 15-minute, we're also above the 50 on the RSI, so that's looking good. I like that. Hit 278. Zoom into a 1 minute really quick, see what's happening. See if our 5 or a 9 can hold right now. We're gonna pull back on SPY or SPX. I mean, SPX is kinda pushing back up. SPY, triple Q is holding 367. We're holding our 9 EMA, so that's pretty good, even on this pullback. The orange line is the 9 EMA, guys, and the blue line is the 5 EMA. So, still above both of those right now. Hey, what's up, Alex? How's it going? Were you on just now? I got your, request to do Neo. I'm gonna drop that video for you, buddy. I just, haven't had a chance. I just got on the live right now. We just went over Neo, so I'll go over it again for you. New frame is cool. Sound is a bit broken up, though. Oh, thank you on the frame. Yeah, bro, the mic has been giving me so many issues, man. I really apologize. I really apologize. I gotta order a new mic. I don't know. This is my second mic and not getting, good feedback on it. So yeah, I'm just gonna order a new mic, but see if we can make do with it for today. Did you catch the Neo, uh, like, recap I just did right now? If you didn't, I'll go over it again. And I'm gonna drop the video on it today. Neo and, Rivian. Nice bounce over here, guys. You saw that? See how, like, our 9 EMA acted as a good support right here, and we got the, camera handle above it. Let's see if we can get volume on this green candle, though. Push up a little bit. Nice, appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely getting, around that 200 EMA, and, what I like to use is the 30-week moving average, and it's just got above the 30-week moving average, which is really, really bullish. So it's definitely close. Um, I don't it's not it's and for my style of trading, it's not there yet, but it's definitely close, so I'm definitely keeping an eye on it. I think, like I was saying earlier, I think we're, like, basically rotating into the EV market from AI right now, so it's definitely gonna be a good trade soon, in my opinion. Hey, love never fails. Yeah, I'm glad I'm here. I'm sorry I couldn't be here earlier, guys. I just got really busy. Yeah, Neo is definitely worth the view. I got you guys. All right, I'll show you guys again. Let's see. I think Tesla should be able to hold right now. Let's go over Neo one more time. Not liking this candle, but we got 2.5 minutes on that, so let's see if we can come back. Oh wait, I just saw it. I just saw it bouncing as I was switching. All right, never mind. False alarm. All right, guys. So let's just go over this one more time for you guys on Neo. Seems like a lot of you guys are interested in Neo, and I am too, honestly. So I don't mind. I don't mind going over this. And just erase all these. All right. So just like overall recap. But you guys can see my last video. I think Alex, you saw it in my last video. Um, we had a first wave move up, like larger degree first wave move up to like around $60, $65, and then we had this long ABC correction, and I think we're pretty much out of that now. Um, and we are basically starting a larger degree third wave move up. And what I really want to see is so this is on the daily, but let me go to the weekly first. So this is what I was really waiting for, guys, was that right on our 30-week moving average, we just broke above it for the first time. I mean, not for the first time because we did it over here, but we didn't really hold, right? Um, and now the fact that we're breaking it back above it, where I believe the larger Elliott wave second wave correction is done, is a really good sign, right? So what I'm looking for now is for us to hold above this 30-week moving average, right? Um, and essentially, in Elliott wave terms, what I'm looking for is for us to basically make a five-wave move up for our first wave. And I don't care to trade the first wave, right? On anything, in a larger sense, I don't care to trade the first wave. You can do it if you guys want. Some people do, right? Like you just based off of other methods, but I don't like trading the first wave because I want the confirmation, right? So clearly over here, we're still in a downtrend, right? And we're making lower lows, lower highs, right? I want to see that downtrend eliminated, right? So what I want to see is Neo make this one, two, three, four, five, right? And basically take out all of these highs, right? And end this downtrend. And after a five-wave move up, we're gonna get a three-wave move down, right? A ABC, and this would give me a second wave target. And what comes after the third wave? The second wave is the third wave, right? So that's when I would wanna go in. Like, right now, this it could be a good move to play, and I'm sure some people will play it and make money off of it. You can, you know, get up to, like, 15, 16, maybe 20 bucks even. I personally don't care to trade it right now because, I wanna be sure that it's gonna take out all of these highs, right? In terms of, like, a swing trade, right? A scalp and a day trade, you guys can definitely do it, but, in terms of a swing trade and just going long on NEO, uh, I would like to see it complete this 5-wave move, pull back, um, and then go in from there, because if you get in after the 2nd wave, right, you know the 3rd wave move is coming, which is gonna be really impulsive, and also it gives you a great entry because you have a closer stop loss, right? Your stop loss would basically be this, $7 level, which is because if it goes lower than that, it basically invalidates this entire account, so there's a built-in stop loss. So the closer this 2nd wave can come down, um, before we get a bullish reversal, the better, because then the tighter your stop loss can be, right? So it's a lower risk to a higher reward setup, if that makes sense, right? But NEO is definitely looking like the reversal is happening, right? So I expect this to go higher. Now, it could be that this move right here that we're seeing is actually the whole first wave, right? Um, like, yeah, like this whole thing right here is the first wave. We'll get a 2nd wave down and then a 3rd wave up. But that will just be one larger degree wave up, and I'll still play the 2nd wave degree when it comes back down. In my opinion, that's the better trade setup. But from a day trading and a scalping standpoint, we're above our 30-week moving average. As long as it holds above that, it's gonna keep going higher, in my opinion. If we look at the 21, we're above our 21 EMA on the daily, which is super bullish. Um, and we 21 just crossed over the 50 EMA, so that's also something that I like to look at. So I definitely think it's getting ready. You know, it's getting ready for a big move for sure. If you guys wanted to look at other, like, patterns and stuff, you guys could clearly see we got this. Oh, Fuad's not in the chat today, I guess, huh? Otherwise, Fuad, he would have spotted this out first, which is basically just, you know, potential cup and handle play right over here. Um, so you could use that. There's a lot of, factors and indicators pointing to a strong push up right now. I'm just waiting for my setup, which would basically be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a A, B, C. But if this right here, like, let me honestly, I haven't really looked at it on a smaller time frame. If this right here finishes a 5-wave move, and then we get an ABC pullback over here, you could definitely play this 3rd wave move for sure. So, I'm gonna take a closer look at it honestly, in the video that I drop and see if there is the potential for a strong 3rd wave move right now. I think there would be because, you know, it's above its 21 on the daily, it's above its 30 on the weekly. Um, you know, it's looking good. It's definitely looking good. So, let me do a little bit more, you know, in-depth kinda, like, research on it, and, I'll drop that video for you guys and let you know. But that's, like, the overall picture of what I'm looking at, you know? It's definitely looking good, so hope that helps for now, Alex, but, yeah, I'll drop the video for you guys later. Uh, NEO is definitely worth it. For NEO, are you considering options or long-term investment? Me, I'm more of a trader than a long-term investor right now, like, I it's just my style, it's what I prefer. Um, so, yeah, like, over here, you could play, like, shorter options, but, once this move this like, let's say this is the first, which I think this is the first, right? You get a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, A, B, C. This ABC, I would go long far out, personally. Um, this one, like, maybe you could kind of just see from the time aspect over here, this was June 1st, we were this low, and for this, wave to complete, took us about a month, right? So it should kinda give you, like, an idea of how long, the rest of this will play out, right? Once this second wave corrects, this third wave move could probably take, like, 2 months or a month and a half or something like that, because this first wave took about a month. So, long term, I would wait for this position right here, because if you were to get long term, like, let's say 5 or 6 months out from over here, you could ride this up and then you would wanna sell at the top. You wouldn't wanna hold it for this long pullback over here, you know what I mean? So, not sure if I'm expressing myself clearly, but definitely I'm if I when I get into this play, I'm definitely gonna trade options. I'm not gonna hold shares on it. But as a long-term investor, if you wanted to just, like, accumulate shares, this is not a bad price at all. This is not a bad price to just accumulate shares over here because again, guys, long-term target as of right now, I would say is about $115, um, long term, right? And that's just off of simple, like, fib extension. Now that could take, like, a year, that could take 2 years, that could take 3 years, so I'm not gonna give you guys a price target on that I mean, a time target on that, but just, if this holds up and this is our first wave and this is our second wave right here, you guys can clearly see the 161.8% is taking you to roughly around $115. So just accumulating shares at, $10 a share and it goes up to 115, like, if that's definitely a safer style of trading, right? And you're buying super low, right? Because again, if you were to get in now, um, at $10, your stop loss would be around $7, right? This low right here would be your stop loss, right? So you would know basically the most you're willing to lose right now would be, $3 per share, right? You're getting in at roughly around $10, and your stop loss is $7 because that invalidates the count. So, you know, it really just depends on your guys' style of trading, honestly. I don't think that this is a bad time to get in for a long-term investor. I think it's actually a really, really good time for a long-term investor. Me personally, it's just not my style of, trading, so hope that helps. No problem, Alex. Based on your TA, leaps may be best for Neo for me. Yeah, leaps are definitely a good option. Leaps are definitely a good option. I agree. Leaps or shares, obviously, whatever is, depends on your own, risk and your financial situation and how much you're willing to invest and things like that. But for sure, that's a really good option, actually. But just know, like, as of right now, this whole situation, everything that I'm saying about it potentially hitting 115 dollars that gets invalidated if it breaks below this low right here, right? So as long as it's above this and you see it, like, moving that direction, that's what most likely in terms of the Elliott wave principle is gonna play out. But if we were to break below this, that would basically eliminate this entire scenario. Yes, I'm here now. I was waiting on your other stream and missed this whole first part. Wow. Wow. Do I have 2 streams up? Oh, man, did I mess something up? I'm sorry, but I gotta go back and check what I don't even know what I did. Hey, Fawad, what's going on? We were just talking about you. We were talking about Neo, and I was saying if Fawad was on right now, he would have spotted this cuppy right here. Everybody wanted to see Neo, so we were looking at Neo and, this cup and handle. I was like, "Yo, if Fawad was here right now, he would call this out before anybody." Just got back from work. Yeah, no, I was really busy earlier, so I just got on, like, about an hour ago myself. Tesla's holding up. Honestly, it had a pretty bad pullback, earlier today, but I don't think it's too much of an issue right now. I kinda see it being a just a larger degree fourth wave, kinda just played out in terms of Elliott wave, and, I'm looking for it to get back up to, like, around 280 for a first wave higher, and then a second wave pullback probably tomorrow, and then hopefully from there, we should be able to head towards that 300 direction. Yeah, your favorite. I like cup and handles too. Cup and handles and inverse head and shoulders. When I see an inverse head and shoulders, it's gets me really excited. I'm just not liking, like, how this move is looking right now. But what's, uh, what's not too bad is the fact that the RSI is still moving in tandem with it, right? So it's not like, seeing any divergence over here or anything. So just gotta wait for the volume to come in to, push it higher, I think. What time is it? It's 3:11, so let's see if by 4 o'clock we can push higher to, like, 280. But then it's an ascending triangle or a triangle. What do you mean? This move right here? Are you talking about Tesla? This would be called a so in Elliott wave terms, this would be called an expanding diagonal, right? So you get in Elliott wave terms, you have a contracting diagonal, right? And, you have an expanding diagonal. But, either way, it's basically it looks something like this. I mean, it's kinda like what we would call, like, a wedge or something in, like, regular technical analysis. But, this would just basically be in Elliott wave terms an expanding diagonal, which, often occurs in first waves, right? So this would be right now we're looking for a 5 wave move up for our 5th wave, right? So let's just backtrack for a second. Let's go to a 30-minute chart and see these numbers in orange right here? This 1, 2, this 3, this 4 right here, and then this 5. So that's like our main count. That's, our 5 wave move that we're looking to do right now, right? We got our 1st, our 2nd, we hit our 3rd, and then we kinda were playing it as if our 4th was done over here, and then we were moving higher for our 5th. It looks like our 4th wave wasn't complete, right? It happens, you know? So, this was just a larger 4th wave move in my opinion, this pullback today down to a 272 that we hit, but we bounced from there, and it actually bounced at a very, perfect level, which I'll show you guys in a second, but, yeah, so the idea is now that we'll get this 4th wave, and now we're starting this 5th wave higher, right? And that 5th wave is gonna be made up of 5 waves itself, and it looks like we're on that 1st wave right now, right? So, I'm looking for us to get higher, so, like, around 280, 281 for this 1st wave, pull back for a second, and then this 3rd wave should really take us higher. So, let's see if we could get that 3rd wave on 3rd wave trades. Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, there's a couple of other scenarios, honestly, that could play out right now, but this is still the scenario that I prefer right now. To me, it makes the most sense, but I'm just really not liking this right here. Like, ideally, they should have pushed up already like this, but we'll just have to wait and see. Dinner time, gotta run. Thanks for the content. No problem, Alex. Enjoy your dinner. Hopefully, see you all back on stream tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully, I'll be able to stream tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow's Friday, so I think I should be fine to stream tomorrow morning. Awesome, awesome. Alright, cool. I'll see you there. Enjoy your dinner, bro. Wonder what he's having for dinner. Kinda hungry myself. We got about 45 minutes, though. Really wanna see this push to 280 by the end of the day. It'd be great if, we could finish this first wave move up by the end of today, and then pre-market and, after hours, get the ABC pullback, so this way, tomorrow we could be, ready to start the 3rd wave higher. What are you guys seeing on, any other tickers or symbols? Anything else you guys are looking at? See what NVIDIA is doing. I think NVIDIA may push higher soon, honestly. I think NVIDIA is probably gonna go to, like, 500, but it's kinda just, like, in this choppy correction right now. AI AI is kinda tricking me a little bit, but I'm keeping an eye on it. I think it's basically a 1, 2, 3, 4th wave is playing out, and we'll get a 5th, kinda like in a leading diagonal. Kinda interested in Meta after they released Threads. They had a crazy run up this year. Yeah, yeah, Meta, so it's funny, like, my boy keeps telling me, to look into Meta, but I feel like, A, it's ran up a lot, and also, I don't know why, I'm never interested in, like, doing the wave count on Meta, but I really should. Apple, Sunny, I, uh, I did an Apple video update a while ago, let's see where it's at right now. I know it's pushing, like, 190, right, unless it dropped. I haven't looked at it in a while, I've been so caught up with Tesla. In my last video, I think it was, like, around 180-ish, and I basically had a price target of, like, 200 for it. So it looks like it's still on pace for that target, and we've just been this is definitely, like, an extended 3rd wave move right here above our 21-day EMA, so it's looking really good. No, no bearish, like, divergence as of yet. I should do an update on, Apple, but essentially, this is, like, your 1st wave, 2nd wave. This is a really extended 3rd wave playing out. Once this finishes, you're gonna look for a sideways 4th, and then probably one more wave up for a 5th. Yeah, yeah, it might be, starting its 4th wave correction right now. I gotta honestly go back and look at the micro count. I haven't looked at the micro count, but on a macro count, it's basically playing out like this: 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, always 4th, wave correction is probably playing out now if it's pulling back, but, it's still above its 21 EMA, so as long as it bounces off of that, you know, it should be good, and then we should get one more wave higher, honestly, I think, which will take us to, 200, probably past 200, honestly. Gotta keep moving this forward. It's just taking a long time to get there. Could be that the 5th wave of this leading diagonal is actually playing out in a ending diagonal, so an ending diagonal in a leading diagonal, which means our 5th wave will probably just won't get too high, but as long as we get to this 3rd wave, high, which was 278.71, as long as we just, just touch that, this is still a valid, this is still a valid leading diagonal for our first wave, right? And then we can still get a second wave pullback, and from there we could go a lot higher. So I see something like this playing out right now. Thanks, as I have a contract ending 7/21. Oh, nice. How you doing on that contract? Are you, like, in the money, at the money, out the money? Nice push coming here. Back above our EMAs, back above 50 on the RSI. 3 minutes left of this candle. Volume is kicking in. Price action looks good. May get the crossover between our 5 and our 9 EMA. Let's go, let's go. In the money. So far, so good. Awesome. Awesome. That's dope. I haven't really been, paying attention, honestly, to too many tickers. Right now, I'm just kinda, like, really, invested to see how Tesla plays out. Plus, it's kinda hard to, like, follow so many tickers. It's really making me, kinda, like, reconsider, like, how I do these videos and stuff. Like, I would love to do, analysis on all of them, but, like, the macro analyses I can do, I think, but these micro, analyses and, live streaming, any particular, uh, ticker, it's pretty hard to do, for all of them. So, nice push right here. The volume is definitely coming in right now. See, we're above our average right now. Tesla is enough. Yeah, no, I enjoy watching Tesla right now because it's such a clean move in my opinion, from its Elliott Wave perspective, I really just enjoy watching it. What time is this? 3:24, so almost, a little bit more than a half an hour to go. I think we'll definitely get to this 3rd wave high, which we can then consider our, leading diagonal right here. I wouldn't be surprised if we started to pull back after that. So, let's just say hypothetically that that is as high as we get, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our leading diagonal. And we're looking for a second wave retracement, and if we measure that out, it can bring us back down to 275, right? I mean, technically, it can bring us all the way back down to, 272.90, as long as it just doesn't pass this original point, but I think more likely it would bring us down to the 61.8% or the 78.6%. So somewhere in this range over here. Um, but then after that, we know the 3rd wave follows, so or should follow if this is, correct, if this count is correct. So Should get a nice push after that. Nice. We got the crossover, we got volume, RSI above 50, some of the things that I look at. Looking for confirmation over here after a strong move like that. I'll be right back, guys. I just wanna go grab a water. Um, what time is it? It's almost 3:30, so let's see, guys. We gotta get this up to 280, at least like 278, 73. That's enough for this to be considered a, leading diagonal, first wave move. So, I'll be right back, guys, to close this out. All right, guys, I am back. Let's close this out strong. Bull trend seems to still be in play. Yep, I think it is. I don't think it's over yet. I mean, a break below this 272, if we were to come below that, then it would be concerning. But the way we're playing out right now, the bull trend is still alive, guys, for sure. Because we just zoom out and we just take a look at the bigger picture here. This is the bigger picture on the 4 hour, right? We're basically completing this third wave move right now. So we got one, two, three, four, and this is the fifth wave that's finishing up. But it's definitely coming to an end, right? And then from there, we should get a larger degree fourth wave move, right? Similar in size to this second wave move, right? Um, could play out as a triangle, could play out as a flat, and then we'll get one last larger degree fifth wave move to take us to, I believe, all-time highs. But this is the overall picture that I'm looking at. If we take a look over here on a 30-minute chart in our fifth wave of our third wave, right? We are looking for one more strong wave up. So I think that will take us to around 300 to 313, and I think then that would be the end of this third wave move. So definitely still bullish trend, right? You guys see higher highs, higher lows above our 21-day EMA. So as of right now, the bull trend is still alive. These are just minor pullbacks, in my opinion. But we need a prediction from Yeltsin. Yeah, I haven't seen Yeltsin. Where's Yeltsin at? The line you do that it's below. Can you go over that? Uh, yeah, which line are you talking about? This line, the green line. You draw out those scenarios you just mentioned. Sure. Let me see which scenarios. All right. So you're talking about the larger. Let me go to this other chart. It'll probably be more clear. All right. So yeah, drawings here. All right. So you want the larger time frame scenarios, right? Like the bigger picture. So let me use my highlighter because I think that'll make it more clear. So in the bigger picture, basically, this was our first wave. This was our second wave, and now we're finishing up this third wave. I think that this third wave could go up to 313, right? Like the macro shows that it could go up to 340, but I feel like that's it's gonna be a little risky, and I would rather use a conservative target of 313. You have a lot of indicators here to show that we might get rejected here, which is like this resistance here. You got a triple top resistance. Um, and then in the micro count, we have a five wave scenario playing out, right? So you have one, two, three, four, and now we're in the fifth wave of this third wave, right? So we're basically waiting for this fifth wave to finish, which could be soon, right? Once that finishes, then we're looking at a fourth wave that's going to be similar in, or it's going to be comparable to this second wave move, right? So this was our second wave move, which lasted from February to April, so about a 2-month correction, right? So once this thing tops out, like let's say we top out around 313, right? That's like the level that I'm looking at right now. Then we're gonna be looking for a fourth wave correction that could be pretty substantial, right? Whether it plays out as a flat ABC or if it plays out as a triangle like A, B, C, D, E. You know, the you kinda have to just wait for this to play out, but once this wave plays out, right, you can already see, like, the bull flag that it would form, or the bull pennant. um, that's basically when we should get one more wave, similar in length to this first wave to take us, I think, to all-time highs, to, like, 414, right? So, that's the bigger playbook, right? So, like, how I would play it is if we can get to like, because the majority of this move is already done, right? So, it's really just how high can this thing go before it's gonna pull back, right? And the pullback is gonna be pretty strong at some point. It's gonna be sideways and choppy, so this might be a great area to take profit, and on the way up, it might be a great area to start taking profit and start considering it, you know? Um, and then you're gonna kinda wanna just avoid Tesla for a little while unless you're scalping it or, day trading it because it's gonna be in a corrective mode, and it's gonna be pretty choppy in my opinion. Um, so I would probably, at that point, once this 3rd wave is finished, look to rotate into something else, possibly NEO, possibly there's a bunch of other plays. Um, and then once I keep an eye on this, and once this is finishing up, this 4th wave, I think this 4th wave is finishing up, then it's definitely gonna be worth it, in my opinion, to play, the 5th wave up that could take it to, all-time highs. But unless you have, like, leaps for Tesla, like, um, far out, like, I don't think you wanna hold through this because it's gonna be really choppy. Theta's gonna kill your contracts if you have contracts. If you're a long-term investor, then again, no worries whatsoever. If you're just holding shares that you bought down here, then no worries. You just hold and, should make, all-time highs, in my opinion, by the end of the year. But that's kinda like the bigger picture that I'm seeing right now. So, in terms of trades, like, this movie's coming to an end, and, I would look to get back into it after this 4th wave finishes. Does that help? Love never fails. Is there something else you want me to go over as well? What's going on here? It's just not reaching that target that I wanted to reach, and I think it's because it's an ending diagonal playing out for this 5th wave. That's why it's looking like that. So then, so that's like the bigger picture. If we zoom into like the medium-sized image, right? It's basically that um, that pullback that we had to 239, I'll go like on a 45-minute chart. The pullback that we had to 239, right? Because now this is our 3rd wave, right? This is our whole 3rd wave move. This whole thing that's playing out is our 3rd wave move, right? So within that 3rd wave, we had one, 2, 3. The pullback to 239 was our 4th, and now we're finishing up the 5th wave of our 3rd wave, right? We're finishing up the 5th wave of our 3rd wave. So within the 5th wave of our 3rd wave, I believe that, we're coming closer and closer to the end. Like, because within the 5th wave of our 3rd wave, I could count 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're getting the 5th of our 5th of our 3rd. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not that, you know, not too crazy. It's just we're in the 5th wave of our larger degree 3rd wave, and within that 5th wave, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we should be finishing up our 5th. How high can this go? I think it might go to, like, that 300, 313 level because I think we might get an extended 5th wave because 1 and 3 aren't that extended, so usually the rule is that if waves 1 or 3 are kind of like a one-to-one, most likely your 5th wave will be extended, so it's kind of how I see that playing out right now, but it's definitely getting closer and closer to, to an area where it's getting dangerous, I think, it's starting to get dangerous to hold on for too long, right? So 295, 2 uh, 295, 300, 315, all great areas in my opinion to, like, take profit because it's gonna be impossible, guys, to time the top, even with Elliott wave. Any other scenario, or is that the most likely Elliott wave scenario? When should we start taking profits? Yeah, so, again, guys, none of this is financial advice because I don't know you guys' own personal situations, and I'm not a financial advisor. I just have to throw that out there, but, you know, it's, it really all just depends on, A, you guys' risk appetite. A, are you guys happy with the profit that you have? There's always gonna be a next play. Um, Because are there other scenarios? There are other scenarios. There's, like, larger term, um, longer term, more bearish scenarios, right? Like, what if this 4th wave is not complete and, this move down to 239 was a A, and now this is a B, and now we're getting another C wave back down to, like, 239. It's possible. It's not, in my opinion, the most probable, but it's possible, right? So, um, also, if you go back to, like, the daily like, we're in this channel, which has been giving us a lot of resistance over here, right? So we've been rejected a couple times, and, even now we've pulled back into this channel. So, um, should you take profits? It really all just depends. As of right now, one thing that I am looking at is, 21 EMA. As long as we're above that, we're bullish. Um, but again, if you're holding contracts and you have certain expiries that are coming up, you know, any pullback is gonna kill your contract, right? Any pullback, even if the overall even if it bounces from there and pushes higher, a pullback is gonna kill your contract, data is gonna kill your contract. So, it's hard to, like, you know, do the math on that. But, I think, a smart strategy, just in general, speaking in general, is, like, as we go higher, if you, have multiple contracts to start scaling out at some point, like 280 has been providing a lot of resistance. So maybe if we get back up to 280, scale out there. If we push up to 295, scale out. 300 psychological level, we could see some resistance, scale out. That's scaling out is always a good strategy. You're securing some profit because, up until then, everything is just unrealized, right? Like if you're up 500,000, but at the end of the day, it pulls back and now you only have 100,000, you only made 100,000. So securing profit is different from unrealized profit. So it's just always smart, in my opinion, to take profits, but 'cause you're never gonna be even with Elliott wave, it's not Elliott wave is not 100%, uh, in accuracy, right? It's just a strategy, and if you use it properly, it can help you time your trades and stuff, but it's never gonna be 100%. There's never gonna be any strategy that's 100%, which is why risk management is key. Yeah, there are definitely, I just saw your other question, are there others Elliott wave scenarios? There are other Elliott wave scenarios, but this is my primary count. I think it's the one that makes the most sense right now. So, it's kinda like the one that I'm sticking with. Um, but again, it's subject to change based off of, more information, right? Like, more price action plays out, the more it eliminates certain scenarios, right? I always say Elliott wave is basically a process of elimination strategy. You start off with 10 scenarios, and as the price action plays out, 8 of them reveal themselves to, like 2 of them will reveal themselves to not be the case. Then the price actually plays out more, and then you can eliminate a couple more scenarios, more and more until you're left with a high probability trade, and that's the best you can get is a high probability trade because you're never gonna get a, 100% certainty trade. So just my 2 cents, guys, how I kinda look at it. Let's get back to a 5-minute chart. Like, even right now, like, this is, in my opinion, best scenario, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as the leading diagonal, and it was looking great up until this point, even this 4th wave, and even right now, it's still very much my preferred scenario, but as it's playing out more and more, like, I'm liking it less and less. It's still my preferred scenario, but I'm liking it less and less because it's not showing that, like, that strong push, which is, making me think, like I said, it's most likely a leading diagonal, and, we're not gonna go higher than the 3rd. If we can just get to the 3rd, it'll be good enough for me. Was that helpful? Love never fails? Was that helpful at all? I mean, I know it's like it's not probably the answer that, you know, you're expecting or that you necessarily want, but it's kinda like the best answer I can give. 13 minutes left on the day. Let's see if we can get this push, guys. RSI is hovering around like 50, like pretty indecisive right now. You can just tell from like the candles that we're getting. Could 284 be the top for now? Could 284 be the top for now? Could the 284? Let me see. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on the macro count, yes. On the macro count, because if I'm looking at this, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 waves complete, um, and then we could drop lower, right? Because all you need is 5 waves to complete a count. On the micro count, I still see one more wave to the upside. Me personally, I still see one more wave to the upside to get us to that 300 level, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm still expecting one more push up, but, so I wanna say that we're still gonna get that one more wave up because that's what it's showing me on the micro, and when the 2 are in conflict, I go with the micro, right? Because it's a micro count that makes a macro count. So, um, I wanna say that 284 is not the top and that we should see 300, but I can't say it with 100% absolute certainty. So, let's see if we, and then there is a scenario, um, where you have something called a truncated fifth, right? So and that happens it's not too common. I don't wanna say it's rare, but it's also not too common. It's just like, uh, it's definitely not what happens most of the time, though. So, like, you get your 1st wave up, your 2nd wave down, your 3rd wave, your 4th wave, and then you expect the 5th wave to take you higher than the 3rd, right? But, a truncated 5th is when you have a 1st, 2nd, 3rd, a 4th, and then the 5th never breaks the top of the 3rd, and then you get a A, B, C down, right? So, in this situation, it's possible, right, if that's what we're having over here, that, um 284 is the highest, right? On the macro count, again, we've already broken the 3rd wave high, which was 279, 280, we came higher for a 5th wave. But now in this micro count right here, let me hide my drawings for a second. In the micro count over here, we haven't gotten a 5th wave yet. May Can we get a 5th wave that truncates over here and goes lower than this 3rd wave? That's possible, and then we pull back, and then what you end up getting is this double top situation, right? And then a break below this neckline would be really bearish, and we drop further. So, but now what would that mean in terms of the larger count, right? I think that's important to know because if this were to pull back from here, then what about this whole 161.8% extension that I'm sure everybody who's looking at Elliott Wave is basically saying this, that you have a 1, 2, 3 going to the 350 level, and I've been saying it myself, right? Because that's where a 3rd wave would go. But if we were to pull back over here, and I don't think too many people are gonna tell you this, uh, that it is a possibility, that would mean that we're pulling back at an area that's around a 1-to-1 with this 1st wave. Now that could lead to 2 different scenarios. It could lead to a scenario where this is a 1, 2, 3, we get a 4, and then we get a very, very extended 5th wave because our 3rd and our 1st usually it's the 3rd wave that's but in this case, if the 3rd and the 1st are, co-equivalent, then the 5th wave will be very extended. The other scenario is that this could be a 1, 2, 1, 2 playing out, and then we'll get a very, very bullish 3rd wave. But it would mean that we would get a deep retracement on this move right here if we were to pull back from here. So there are definitely other scenarios that could play out, and it's good for you guys to be cognizant of all of them, even if they're not my preferred scenarios as of right now. There's definitely still possibilities, so good to keep in the back of your mind. So that's a great question, I'm glad that you asked that. We're getting some pullback right now. Like, see, looking at what if this right here is actually a truncated fifth? I don't think that that could be the case today. I have to go back and double check. As far as I know, a fifth wave in a leading diagonal has to come to the minimum target of a third wave. But I'm gonna have to go back and double check if we could get a truncated fifth on a leading diagonal. My guess is no. So if this breaks lower than over here, then I'm gonna have to probably change my count and see if there's something else playing out here. We have we have this ascending level of support right here, so see if that holds up for now. Is the overall market pulling back? Probably what it is. Coming down to our last two candles. That's not holding. So gotta figure this one out. Gotta take a look at this one because it's not playing out the way that I would want it to play out if this was a leading diagonal. So chance there's something else going on here, but I still don't think that it's a major cause for concern. But if this is a 5 wave scenario and then this is a 3 wave scenario, could we get another 5 wave scenario lower like this? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically, that's not off the table right now, but break below this point would be pretty bearish in my opinion. So let's see if we can hold up. not the close we wanted, but still above 275, still holding that level as of right now. SPY is pushing. Okay, so is there some divergence right now then between Tesla and SPY? Oh yeah, SPY is definitely pushing right now. Is that causing Tesla to push back, bounce back? A little bit of divergence there then if Tesla's still dropping. Triple Q is moving up too, or yeah, triple Q is moving up too. So interesting. See if Tesla gets that bounce too. Then yeah, yeah. See Tesla's getting that bounce too. I think the 5 minute is a bearish pennant. 5 minute. Yeah, you can definitely see it that way, right? Like you have this pole, and then this is a kind of a pennant forming, and then we push lower. Is it looking weak? It's looking weak, but I don't think that is overall. Like I think that's just a minor time frame like weakness. It's not like the overall bullish trend is weak in my opinion. It's just this trend right here is slightly weak, but it could bounce back from this. Again, when in doubt, zoom out. So um, we're not we're not in too bad of a scenario right now. And the important thing to remember, guys, is that we are in this overall bullish trend, making higher highs, higher lows. So if I have my drawings right here, you guys can see it for yourself. I think we still get this last push higher. Personally, in my opinion, I think we still get this last push higher. But this right here, guys, this price oscillator, this kind of shows you that we're finishing up, right? This was our first wave. This was our third wave high, our fourth, and now we are finishing up our fifth wave. So I expect something like this to play out on the price oscillator, like that, and that's where you'll see the divergence. One more peak higher on the price action, and then that should be your signal to get out. Apple is having a big push last 10 minutes. Okay, that's probably then what's driving the SPY up. That would do it. Apple usually has a huge, huge effect on the SPY. So, was there news on that at all? Oh, we're closed. We're closed. Are we closed? Yep, we're closed. So we finished at 276 today, guys. Obviously, not the day that we wanted, but again, sometimes you need days like that to set you up. So this is all leading towards, I think, one last major push on Tesla. So we'll see how we hold after hours and then in pre-market. But yeah. Overall, guys, I'm not too concerned about it right now. Like we're still in the uptrend, still looking good. I'll try to figure out how this wave plays out, how this like what the exact count is right now. It's kind of not clicking, but I still think we have one more wave to the upside. Maybe the strong close yesterday will be inverse tomorrow. We close today. Yeah, definitely possible for sure. But give me 1 minute, guys. I'm coming right back to just close this out. I just got to take a quick call, all right? Hey guys, sorry about that. So yeah, let's just wrap this one up. Um, Overall volume being down is a concern. Yeah, I agree, but I think that's more so like when you're in these corrective moves. So the last few days, I think we were in this fourth wave correction, which is why the volume was down. And even right now, I think this is pretty much what we're seeing is just a expanding diagonal playing out like this, which will lead to our first, and then a pullback for our second, and then a move higher. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. As of right now, as long as we stay above this level, I'm still pretty bullish on it. And overall, we're above our 21-day EMA. So what price action do I predict tomorrow? Um, I'm personally, I'm expecting this move to play out. I'm expecting like us to get back over here around. It doesn't even have to get that much higher, honestly. It just needs to get to like 276, 270. Sorry, not 276, 278, right? uh, right where this green line is, and then that could basically be our first wave, a pullback about 61% of this move for our second, and then we should get another third wave move that could take us higher to around the 290, 295 area. So I'm really just looking for something like this to play out tomorrow. If we get a move like this to this level, and then possibly an ABC back down to this level, right? You don't want to see it, but you know, after a first wave move, then you're gonna get a second wave retracement, and then from there, a solid rally back to the upside, fourth, and then a finish with a fifth, taking us to like that $300 level. So that's kind of like what we're looking at right now in terms of discount, because like I said, we have to finish out. In my opinion, we have one more wave to run on this move in the micro count. So as of right now, I don't see any reason to deviate from this count. If we were to break below this fourth wave, which is 272, I think we hit, then yeah, then I would have to go back and reevaluate it. But right now, I'm kind of just waiting to see how this plays out over here. So let's see. Let's see. I think tomorrow might still be like a little bit of more chop, right? Because if we push up to 278 and then come back down to like 275, that could probably take the entire day. So maybe we'll set ourselves up for a bigger push next week. But I'm still pretty convinced that we're gonna get this move up, right? So 295, 300. If it's really bullish, 313. But like I said, guys, in the bigger picture, it's definitely coming closer and closer, in my opinion, to the end, right? I don't know if we're gonna get to this 1.618 level. I still think that we can get to this. But this is also like a case of you don't let the micro psych you out, right? That's why sometimes it's better to. I know like we enjoy it, like on doing like the live streams and kind of like following it wave for wave and the micro price action. But a lot of times this stuff can psych you out, which is why it's really important to just stay focused on the bigger overall picture. So I think that's what we should do right now. Just kind of like hold on for this wave to play out. Don't get too caught up in every like little zig and zag, and you know just see where it goes from here. All right. So I wouldn't be too concerned. I wouldn't panic too much, guys. Days like this happen, but you get strong. Overall, like in terms of like what's going on with Tesla right now, I think is is pretty bullish. I think this is the play as we get closer to the earnings report. Yeah, I mean, we are getting close to the earnings is what on the 19th, I think. So today is the 6th, so about 2 weeks out. The earnings report. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But if we end up completing this third wave move before the earnings, then my expectation for the earnings would be that uh, they would come out bad only because that would kind of like line up with a fourth wave pullback, and then we could probably chop for a little bit. It doesn't have to be a deep retracement, like we come all the way back down to 200. You know, we could just, chop for a little bit before we start our next move higher, um, closing out the year, I think, around that 400 level. Yeah, yeah, no, I'm still bullish too, for sure. Definitely still bullish, but, you know, I know why, like, a lot of as traders, if you're a long-term investor, I really don't think you have anything to worry about personally, because any pullback is just a buying opportunity, and then, you're just buying it, and then you just hold it, right? But, like, if time is an issue, if you're somebody who plays options, I totally get it, like, why it's crucial to, try to time the tops and the bottoms as best as you can. So, from a trader's perspective, I think it's probably safer, manage your risk, take profits, and, don't leave too much up to chance. So, even though this is what the scenario is kinda looking like to me, it's playing out, right? This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Um, you never know, right? You could get the truncated fifth wave, you can get a longer sideways correction, so, like, this could end up turning into, like, a more complex fourth wave correction or WXYZ pattern. You really never know, so it's best to, just manage your risk as best as possible. But long term, definitely still bullish. Alright, so, I think that's kinda like we'll end it today, guys. We'll keep an eye on it pre-market, and, I'll definitely stream tomorrow morning. I think I should be able to get on at, market open. So I'll see you guys there, and, yeah, I think I'll put out that video for Neo if you guys want that, and anything else you guys want me to look at, just, feel free to leave it in the comment section and stuff like that. If you guys could, just like the stream, comment, subscribe, share, and, I'll be back tomorrow, guys. I really appreciate you guys sticking around. I really do. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow, alright? Peace.